I think my entire family situation, in fact, has made me the person I am today. My mom used to be out earning for the entire family because she had 4 people at home to take care of apart from me. And my mom never told me this, but there was a point where we had, I think, 1,500 rupees in the account for the entire family, and there was no way forward.
Do you think you're living a dream life right now?
I definitely do, yeah. When you start a blog, it starts as a hobby, and you don't think it's going to earn you money and then actually earn you enough to get a lot that you can never imagine.
Hey, what's good everybody? This is a super special interview for me because this girl sitting right here is one of my own personal inspirations for my own social media career. So Aashna Shroff, interviewing you is actually a dream for me personally.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I just want to put it straight up out there. You know, fashion blogging in India is synonymous with you today. People perceive you like a living, breathing startup. What's your revenue like now? You've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now?
Almost 5 years.
So in a span of 5 years, you've reached a point where you're making big money every single month just from running a blog. What kind of money is your company making?
Okay, so this is going to be the first time I'm talking figures. It depends because we're freelancers, so certain months go well and certain don't. So I would say maybe between 5 to 10 lakhs a month.
Okay, good. That's a crazy amount for a
something
startup.
none of us expected, I think, because when you start a blog, it starts as a hobby, and you don't think it's going to earn you money and then actually earn you enough to get a lot that you can never imagine.
Do you think you're living a dream life right now?
I definitely do, yeah.
Okay. I want to rewind to your past because I'm happy to say that I'm a friend of yours now. You've
Yes.
spoken about all this to me.
We have, yeah.
But I really want to put this story out there. So you were raised by a single parent.
Correct.
And do you think that that entire experience of seeing an independent woman has had any kind of effect on you?
I think my entire family situation, in fact, has made me the person I am today. My mom got divorced, I think it was probably before I was born or just after. I grew up with my grandparents. So it was my mom's parents and her Masi who used to live with us, and my mother and my mother's sister who's a Down syndrome child. So she's still with us, she's my mom's older sister. So I feel like ever since I was a kid, it's always been about responsibility for us, because my mom used to be out earning for the entire family because she had 4 people at home to take care of apart from me. So because mom was never there, I was always at home with my grandparents, and I kind of understood what struggles we were already going through. It's just, it wasn't easy, and I remember, I think I was in college, and my mom never told me this, but there was a point where we had, I think, 1,500 rupees in the account for the entire family, and there was no way forward. She was the one, obviously, who got us out of it. And I'm so glad that we are past that phase, because today I feel like whatever I earn, I give to her because I want her to run the house and I want her to enjoy her life because she never got to do that. I want to take her on trips, I want her to travel, so.
Is your mom and your family's happiness the thing that fuels your own?
Yeah,
hustle?
definitely.
Because I know how hard you work, and you're working on weekends, you're really giving it your all, and somewhere you're doing it for your family and your mom.
Yeah. I've always told my mom that I still feel like we have a long way to go. But whatever I get, I always want her to buy the luxury bags, and I want her to travel because she never got to do any of that while I was a kid, while she was a kid, so yeah.
So tell me about how you started earning money through your blog. Like, when did that first bit of money come in, and how much was it initially?
So for me, I actually started with an online store. It was a Facebook page, so not like a website. And I used to import stuff from China and sell it on Facebook. And slowly I started posting my own outfit pictures on Instagram, and people started saying, oh, we love the way you style, and why don't you start a blog? And it was something that I was looking into, but I didn't know what the future of that was. Blogging had just begun in India. There were a few bloggers who had been doing it for a few years. So it was a bit of a gamble, but I did have my store to kind of back me up. And that's how it started, and then now I feel like the store has kind of taken a backseat and I am focusing only on the blog. So I think my first paid collaboration happened a year after I started my blog. It was with India Circus. I think it was 5,000 rupees for a blog post and 3 posts on Instagram, and I was very happy because I felt like, okay, I'm finally making some money.
And I just want to put something into perspective. You just told me that you're doing a photo shoot tomorrow where you have 5 brand deals lined up. And I'm sure each brand deal runs into like 5, possibly 6 digits now. So you've come really,
yeah, like when I look
far.
at it, I never expected it to happen, and even today sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I'm so stressed out because I have so much work and so many
commitments.
You're right. So, but I feel like I'm so grateful to have those commitments. I shouldn't actually complain about it.
Okay, so could you run us through exactly how your business works, like for someone who doesn't understand this world of blogging? Just break it down for them.
Okay.
What's your dhanda?
How it begins is that a brand will get in touch with me over email. And they will tell me, okay, we have this product that's launching, or we have this campaign or this sale or something that we want you to promote. They give us the number of posts that they want, a brief idea about what they want. And that's when I actually take a look at the brand, the concept they have in mind, the product that they want me to promote. And if it's a brand that I love, that I can connect to, only then do I actually take it on board. That's when the actual production begins. You plan the content, you plan the shoot date, you plan the producer, the location, the photographer, everything, then the outcome. And I guess just after the outcome is done, that's when the post goes up. But there's so much that happens before that one picture or video goes up on Instagram, because that's when the manager also comes in and they talk money. I cannot talk money.
So who handles your money for you?
So she's my Masi, she's my mom's cousin.
Okay.
So I know that that is my weakness, so I want someone who's very strong and who can talk for me. So she's great with that.
This is the perfect example of someone who's building businesses surrounds themselves with people who cover up for their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like you cover up your own weakness with their strength.
Because we can't be perfect. Everybody is not perfect. You need someone who's gonna make things better for you. So after that, after the post goes up, then you're like, okay, fine. Now my job is done. Then my team takes it from there. But yeah.
So I think it's really cool that you've made this business that you're enjoying. And something that a lot of young kids fear about their careers is that, I may not be able to figure stuff out myself.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for someone like that? Because you've made it so far in your own career, you are in a position to give that kind of advice to people.
For me, a corporate job was never in the scenario at all. And there are a lot of people who are like that, like who just don't want to work for someone, they want to work for themselves. And once you find your passion, just push it, like don't give up. I think that's so important. And also for women who are doing it, I feel like for someone like me, I've always been very shy and not very social. So sometimes you feel like, oh, I won't be able to run my business because I can't really go and talk to people. But I don't think that's very important, because if your work is good, it's going to speak for itself. So patience, hard work, and just be true.
Fearless.
Yes, and being true to yourself. I think don't ever lose yourself in the entire thing.
And also something you don't acknowledge yourself for is that I feel you're someone who's an executor. Like you don't just leave thoughts in your head, you make sure that things are done.
Yeah, if I really want something, I will get it done.
What do you think is your biggest strength, like that's gotten you far in your own career? If you had to pick out one thing.
Okay, I think it's not a great quality, but I am a bit stubborn sometimes. And I remember it was like, I think a year and a half into my blog when I wasn't getting paid as much as we would have wanted to, and there was a lot that I was putting into, a lot of time and effort that I was putting into the blog. And my mom had asked me to shut the blog and continue focusing more on the store, because that was obviously bringing in more money at that point. And I remember having a huge fight with her where I cried and I was like, no, there is no way I'm going to do this. I'm going to make sure I make time for both. And today I feel so glad that I didn't give up, because it was my stubbornness probably that got me here. And a lot of times when I give up, when I think of a concept, I'm like, okay, this might not be possible. And I'm like, no, I want it done. So probably that.
You call it stubbornness. I call it passion and determination. So the final question I want to ask you is something that I ask everyone. And this is a common trait I see with people who've made it far in their own careers. I feel like everyone has like that one kind of spiritual anchor in their life. So this isn't God or religion or anything related to that. But I know you're spiritual because we've had this conversation once.
Yeah.
What kind of role do you think that's played in getting you to your own goals in your own career?
So I wouldn't say that I am very religious. I believe a lot in manifestation. And I feel like if you want good, it happens. I've noticed this too many times in my life, and my mom believes that my manifestation is very strong, because when I want one thing, it takes time. It doesn't happen exactly when I want it, but it always comes to me. Obviously, the energies you put out into the world are the kind of energies you'll get back.
And also you work towards it. That's something.
Yeah, you can't stop. You can't just be like, oh, I'm manifesting now, done. You can't do that. You have to work towards it. But I really believe in just thinking positive and focusing on the good, and it just happens.
So I genuinely feel that people like you are a huge inspiration to every single young Indian person. You're staying in India, you're trying to build an Indian business, you're being true to your desi self. And above all, I mean, you've hustled and made it in life. So really, thank you for coming on the channel.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is like one of my personal favorite interviews. Make sure you follow Aashna on Instagram. I'll also link a YouTube channel down below. Make sure you subscribe.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And one last quick message for young, motivated people watching this, Aashna.
Never stop working hard. Always stay true to yourself and be super patient. Success will be yours.
Alright then, thanks so much for watching, you guys, from Aashna Shroff and Ranveer. We'll see you later.
See you.